Hello everyone, I'm Khushi Singh from 3rd year IT department and we are here to have conversation about career and opportunity with Mr. Jude D. Silva who graduated from ICRIT. Thank you for joining us here, Jude. I will give a brief introduction about what Jude has done in his life so far. Jude graduated from 2018 batch of computer science. During his time in college, he would love building apps and take up challenges by participating in multiple hackathons. Straight out of college, he was placed in TIAA, Financial Services, and has been working there for over 2.5 years, where he is presently a full stack developer working on developing banking web applications. Without further ado, I would like to ask a few questions about your life so far, if that's okay.
Yep, go ahead.
So, first of all, the most curious question, tell us about your journey after engineering.
There were like a lot of roller coasters, I would say, that I went through. Like it is a different ecosystem altogether, right? You're with your friends in your engineering time, you're very casual. Now you move on to work life, which is meeting new people. You're really experienced, really knowledgeable. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, are you good enough to even interact with them? It was a huge part of the job. And then getting onto the projects, which I thought would be quite difficult, but then as I went through with the flow, I kept learning things. As I kept learning things, I kept doing things. The best part of it was I've been lucky enough to have like really supportive colleagues who would like always be there and like just like college times would guide me if I make mistakes, which I did, and rectify them and again start over. The cycle continues.
So, I would like to summarize maybe would be we should be open to learning.
Yeah, always. And that's a skill that no one has to teach you, and learning can be spontaneous. You don't have to go to engineering colleges, you don't have to go to foreign universities, you don't have to go anywhere. Everything is available to most of us who have access to internet, right? It's available on the internet. And nowadays you can even connect with people on LinkedIn who know much more than what you do, and you can reach out to them. Maybe if they are ready to help, you can learn more things from them. In spite of not being able to work with them directly, they might mentor you and also.
So, as I went through your profile, I know that you are a full stack developer. So, did you just progress from one language to other, or it just kept on
I
happening?
didn't see myself in being a full stack developer. It is just that I like to pick up challenges, start from one place, hop on to the other, hop on to the other. That's how I landed in full stack development. I found it interesting at one point of time, and there were quite a few challenges to solve even within our team. So that really helped me get into the zone, get into the groove of. Never really thought that I would be there. I started from Android app development, did a hackathon, Deep Blue in computer vision, and then kept jumping from one problem to the other, and that's how I landed. And I'm pretty certain there's going to be another challenge that's going to come soon, and maybe I might be in a different path altogether.
You have just done a lot of hackathons, participated in a lot of competitions and internships. So, how did they help you, and how did you come by those opportunities, and who helped you through those phases? As you said, one of them were your friends.
So I cannot learn from courses that are online or the videos that are put up. Like I cannot learn from them. So hackathons were a good way of uh, taking a problem and trying to solve that. And for that you would require some kind of skill, which I didn't have, quite frankly. So to solve that, I had to learn the skill, and that would be barely a day's time that you would get. Learn them quickly, implement. That's how I kept learning, and something that sticks with you then for that one day. You like it, you continue learning. Then you get another problem someday. Go to try to see how you will solve it. Obviously, you will never know it. No one comes, pre-prepared for anything. Right? You have to learn it from scratch, right? So hackathons were like a very good way for me to learn, and that was very quick. Like it has to be in a day or a couple of days, and you get up. Really scary people with laptops with I'm a developer sticker and some kind of crazy dev stickers and all, and it feels like you're not in the right place because you don't do all this stuff. You cannot compete with them. But again, then you put things in perspective, right? They are also students. How much more can they know?
I can say that you will be urging students to, if they want to gain skills, if they want to have experience, hackathon would be the way to go for it.
Yep.
If someone wants to go and they have a bit of time, as you talked about Smart India Hackathon, so what are the prerequisites? Like, no, this is something you should know, or this is one prerequisite you should have.
So the interesting thing is that you don't have to know anything to go for an hackathon. Okay, you don't have to know. You don't have to know anything. So remove that mind block that you need to know something. Okay. Second thing is just apply for the hackathon. Don't think about it. Don't think that you don't have teammates. Catch anyone who is willing to go with you. And most of these hackathons come at they're free of cost, or they are at a very nominal fee. Okay. Now, the best thing about hackathons is mentors to guide you. So they are already like the ones which I had gone to for IITs. IIT one, there were some mentors from Microsoft who were there to guide you. So every place, right, they will probably have mentors to guide you. If they don't, then it's okay. You have Google, right? But if there are, you go and you try to get them. You sit with them. You don't feel ashamed for getting them and sitting with them. Getting them here and sitting with them. Don't feel ashamed about it. Sit with them. Try to understand the problem. He will not solve it for you. He'll tell you, you need this, this, and this. How do you do that? First thing that you need is suppose Node.js. And you go on Google, you type Node.js. Node.js website will give you everything, right? It will give you step by step what you need to do. Nothing more. Just copy paste those steps. And once you copy paste it and you see it running, go back and see what you did. You'll start learning automatically. And that's how you're going to learn.
Can I also say, as you said, we should look up to real life problems to find solutions as a technology student. So can I say you also got inspired by the same while choosing your projects? And students like me, I'm a final now, like in Father Agnel, we start in the third year itself, the sixth semester, to choose our final year project. So can we say we can look at real life problems and then think of a solution,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that might be the
That's how you approach it. So there are two ways of doing it, okay, for your final year projects. One is you develop a solution. Second is you work on some research, some kind of research. First approach is to create products. Just find problem, you solve it, and maybe if you do it well, who knows, you might have a startup. And I think 1.5 year is more than sufficient to do that. At least start the groundwork towards showing your products to people. I would give an advice. I wish someone would have told me to not run after marks. You just need marks to get your interview. I think you will get marks when you study for it, right? You'll get it. Try to build more solutions in your field. So use your subjects, use your knowledge to build some classy solutions, something that maybe someday you could share on YouTube as a YouTube channel, something that you could share on Instagram. Do those things, and the marks will automatically come, I guess. Friends will help you the last moment to study. Teachers will help you in the last moment to study. If you do not put an effort to get all these, start problem solving, start building stuff on your own, I think you will miss out on a lot of things, especially during a time where you have all the time in the world. Okay, 4 years, you have a lot of time, right? And in Corona, you still have more time. Enjoy your life, and at the same time, casually think of problems and solutions, solve them. Studies will come automatically, right? And keep finding challenges. That's it. I don't know if I can say anything more. Maybe my answer might vary after 10-15 years. Ask me then.
Sure, we'll get back to you later also. And
Yeah.
all of your talks were very insightful, and I know from my experience right now itself that it will be very helpful for the students too. I know you have a very busy schedule, so thank you so much for making out time and coming here to guide the students and me included. Thank you so much.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.